everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Darylyn and today I'm really excited to be back. I took a little bit of a hiatus from filming and editing and doing things for the channel, and I'm excited to be back today because I have a whole bunch of plants that I've never shown on the channel before. I'm just gonna show them to you. I show you plants, everyone's favorite video. So yeah, essentially it's just a plant haul, but it's stuff I've collected like slowly over time, and I'm really excited because I honestly think this could be like my best plant haul yet. I got a lot of wish list plants, some like borderline unicorns, and some stuff that I just like didn't know that I needed. Also, I have a couple of trades from viewers, so it's really exciting. Let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna try to kind of go in order of like accessibility and coolness, so stick around to the end because the last couple of plants are like real bangers. Well, let's get into it. All right, so the first plant that I have for you today is definitely not something that I would say is rare by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm super excited to have it because I've recently been getting more into Syngonium. And if you're gonna have Syngonium, like this is like the quintessential like classic Syngonium. And it's also, I think, a little bit extra special because this was gifted to me by a viewer, and that is this beautiful Syngonium Albo. Now, the one thing I would say about variegated plants in general is that maybe the plant in and of itself isn't rare, but specimens of a certain level of quality are rare. And I honestly think this is like one of the most beautiful Syngonium Albo I've ever seen. Just the most stunning colors, the most beautifully balanced variegation. Actually has a little new leaf coming in the back here, and I've still just got these cuttings in water. It was so just wonderfully generous of my viewer to gift these to me as like an extra for a trade that we did. He just like lopped the tops off of two vines, and just the most beautiful variegation. So I'm super stoked to have this. I am really excited to eventually put it into pond and hopefully maybe get it growing and climbing and get some bigger leaves. But my goodness, how friggin' beautiful. Like this just, you know, it just like really warms my heart when people are generous and they just like give without reservation. And I just felt like this is just such a beautiful thing to gift to somebody because of the quality of the specimen. And like, I'm sure it was a little bit painful to cut a plant that looks like this. So I'm just like absolutely floored by how beautiful this is, even though it's maybe not the most uncommon plant anymore. Syngonium albos did used to be really rare, but they have started coming out in some of the big box stores. But I think you'd be hard pressed to find something of this quality in a big box store. Thank you so much. I'm in love with her, and I'm gonna give her a wonderful home and just treasure this plant. Like, look at this. I can't handle how like perfect every single leaf is, and a lot of them are already pretty big. So man, this is like definitely a plant I didn't know I needed, because it wasn't really something that I like had ever been looking for or like really trying to find. But I don't know, once I had this plant in my possession, I was just like, I'm sold on the Syngonium Albo. So oof, so cute. Okay, so next up, I was also extremely lucky to be gifted a couple of uncommon / like rare pothos, which actually kind of worked out because I'm kind of in the point in my collection now where I think I'm ready to have trailing plants and like kind of work on my aesthetic a little bit more. And I think that like trailing plants like pothos and like heartleaf philodendrons are really awesome, and they look so good in terracotta, and they're so chill and they do so well. So I have a couple that I want to show you, and the first one is this beautiful Pothos Global Green. This is so pretty, and it's still just in water, but yeah, this is like really cool. This is already like a little bush just in and of itself, and it's probably like almost ready to go into aeroid mix. Actually, like honestly, pothos don't really need aeroid mix. Like you can just put them in regular soil and they'll be pretty grateful for that, but just spilled a little bit of water. This is like almost ready to go into soil, and it's so cute. I can't wait. I think this is gonna look really good, like just like trailing down somewhere. So I'm really excited about it. So another really cool kind of uncommon pothos that I was gifted is this Jessenia Pathos. And this is like a jade pothos. It doesn't like, it's not showing up the best on camera. This is a jade pothos that has this really pretty kind of speckled variegation. And these leaves turned a little tiny bit yellow as they've been propagated. So it's kind of hard to like really see the full effect of how pretty they are, but I'm really excited about this one. I've heard that these can be really easy to revert. So I'm gonna try and make sure I stick it somewhere where there's good light. But yeah, Jessenia Pathos, I think this is really pretty and it's gonna look amazing as like a full pot eventually. Oh look, there's a little growth point coming in already. So that's exciting. But yeah, I'm super excited for this. I think it's gonna look really good. I'm kind of playing with an idea for maybe like, not a living wall, cause like I only have like my house and it's just not, it's not like set up for a living wall, but maybe like a shelf that has a bunch of trailing plants on it that I allow to get really long, that kind of like fakes a living wall would be cool. I'm excited for all these pothos to hopefully eventually be able to do something like that. All right, so the last of the really cool, kind of rare, uncommon pothos that I was gifted is this. And I completely forget the name, but I'll put it up on the screen. It's got the like really neat texture on the leaf. And I actually noticed like on this side of the leaf, there's actually like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it on camera, but there's actually like ridges under the leaf. The texture is like really rough. It's really cool. It's really, really unique looking and I love that. From a distance, it does just look green because I think really dark green plants make really nice accent pieces and I am trying to work on my aesthetic a little bit and I just think this is going to be a good addition. So far it's pretty slow to root, slow growing, but we will see. I'm excited to like at the end of the growing season, like update you guys on all these plants, all these little cuttings. But yeah, I'm super happy that I got a hold of this because it was like one of the ones I just like really didn't know that I needed. So it's pretty cool. All right, so now we're starting to get serious. Like the rest of the plants that I have for you, not that those weren't serious, those were really cool plants, but like the rest of the plants that I have for you are like all really cool. So the first one I have to show you is very cool. I think I might have like snuck it into another video that's going to come out before this one, but this is Anthurium Waroqueanum x Anthurium Marmoratum. Now I have both of the parent plants of this plant and let me tell you, like it really inherited the best of both parents. That is freaking stunning. It's so narrow. It's so dark. Yeah, I picked this up at the Orchid Show, at the San Diego Orchid Show back in March. So that was like not really that long ago. But look how beautiful. I was really on the fence about buying this plant, but I'm kind of glad that I did. And at this point, I'm like really not buying any more plants because I have nowhere to put any more plants, but like I'll find a place to put this one. You know what I'm saying? It's so pretty. And it's beautiful. Like unfortunately, like the other two leaves, they kind of like broke close to the vein. So it doesn't look amazing, but it's really beautiful and I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna put this plant in my Maxi Cubie Leuconeura pot and put it into the plant cabinet that you guys haven't seen yet because I'm lazy and I haven't edited the footage. But this plant is really cool. And like check out the roots. This has been in a prop box. So like check out the roots. Like it's put out so much. It's really awesome. And it's clearly super happy in there because we've got a new leaf coming. So I'm really excited about this one. It's a really pretty plant. I have a feeling it's gonna do really well. So that is Anthurium Waroqueanum or Waroqueanum x Anthurium Marmoratum. And I think it's a good one. Like I'm really pleased with this acquisition. All right, so moving swiftly on. This is another one I got at the Orchid Show. And this is really similar to, I forget the name of it, but it's like Anthurium GG. And one of my viewers actually left a comment on one of my old videos being like, you have to get this Anthurium. And I've seen the GG and I thought about ordering it a few times, but I actually like this better. And like, Look at that. So this I actually also embarrassingly like don't remember the name, but it's like Anthurium versicolor species, something that starts with an N. I think I can find the name for this one and I'll put it on the screen. But like, look at that. Is that not like so cool? I just like fell in love with this leaf. There were a number of these of specimens that I could have chosen from of this plant at the show, and I specifically chose this one because like I was so in love with this leaf. Like, it's so cool. Like, wow. Like Owen Wilson, like, wow. If I can find that sound effect, I should use it because it's a really good one. But like, look how beautiful that is. It's so pretty. That's so cool. It's really dark too. I think it comes across as like not quite as dark as it looks in person because I've got like the lights like blasting on it, and it is really glossy, but it's really beautiful. And it put out this new leaf in the prop box. It got a little squished because the prop box isn't that tall, but it's really pretty. It's really, really cool. And like, look at all these roots coming out. I need to repot this one too at some point. This was one that I didn't know that I needed. It's really cool. I feel like at this point, I've seen a lot of plants. I've seen a lot of Anthurium. There's not a ton that like really wow me. This one, especially affordable ones that are like, wow. This one, when I saw it in person, I was like, wow, yeah, that's coming home with me. I need that for sure. So really cool. This one should do fine in open air because it is like really glossy. So I will probably take it out of the prop box at some point, and yeah, it'll probably live in open air. Like, I don't know, maybe I'll put it in the cabinet, but we'll see. But like, if this doesn't reinvigorate my enthusiasm and my like wide-eyed sense of wonder as far as discovering new plants, like I don't know what would. So I'm really, really happy with this. Okay, so next on the list, like if you follow my Instagram, this is not gonna be like a new plant for you, but I've never shown it on the channel before. And I saw that NSC Tropicals had these on their website like a year and a half ago, but of course, naturally, they were sold out. So I signed up for the alerts, then kind of forgot about it. So even though I was set for the alerts, like they came into stock and I didn't get an email, but my friend, she like always stalks the NSC website because she's a G like that. She actually was like, hey, aren't you looking for this plant? It's in stock on NSC Tropicals. And I was like, yes. And I bought it. And like, honestly, NSC Tropicals for the most part, like of course the quality is unimpeachable and like without comparison, but the plants do tend to be pricey. Like you get what you pay for, but they are kind of like, you know, top of the market. This one was like really reasonably priced. And I feel like I got like the deal of the century on this plant because this is Anthurium Selby Silver. And I mean, it... I can't. This is just like, I have wanted this Anthurium forever. I wanted this Anthurium so bad, and I have been on the hunt for it. And I can't believe that A, it's finally here. B, I got it from Enid, and C, that I only paid, what did she sell it for? Like 130 bucks? Like, and I expected it to be like a tiny seedling. Like, no, it's only put out this one new leaf since I got it. And it's a huge bushy plant. And like, if you look at the base of the plant, it's got a lot of growth points. I'm so excited to grow this plant and see this plant grow and thrive. And it's really cool because when the new leaves kind of like come in, they come in this bronze color, which is pretty typical for Anthurium. And I mean, I like it. But then as they harden off, they fade down to this like beautiful, like citrusy, yellow, orangey color. And like yellow is my favorite color. And so an Anthurium that like has like this just beautiful citrusy leaves is like, it's up my alley. And then it hardens off to this like beautiful, like dark blue, silver. It's so gorgeous. Like, I love this plant. I was stoked to get it, and I'm even more stoked that it's done as well as it has. I've just had it out in my normal regular humidity in like the 50s to 60s in my room. The only issue that I've had was I let it dry out a little bit too much, and I did start to get a little bit of damage from that, but it's in soil, which like, I don't keep Anthurium in soil, but I'm not gonna like mess up what Enid has done. So yeah, this plant was a major wish list grab. I wanted this plant forever. I didn't think I was gonna like probably be able to get it anytime soon, and I just couldn't believe my luck. Oh my god. It's so good. Like, it's just so good. I love it. So that's Anthurium Selby Silver. And you got to be careful when you're trying to buy these though, because it's probably kind of hard to like really be sure that you're getting the real thing, which was why I was more than happy to get it from Enid, because, you know, I trust that she's got what she says she has. But oh, like, look at this leaf here. This is like, it's so silver. This one's almost completely silver. Yeah, this plant, like, I'm gushing about this. Like, this is not number one. Like, I still have 2 plants left to show you. Like, can you imagine, like, what else I have left? Like, okay. So I love this, and I could talk about her all day, but we have 2 plants left, and these last 2 are really exciting because they're, like, kind of, like, borderline unicorns. So hang tight. Let me grab one of them. So this plant is, like... I still kind of can't believe that I have this plant in my possession, because this plant for a long time was like a unicorn. And I remember when they first kind of hit the scene to like, you could buy one if you like didn't have connections. They were going for like $500 for like a little plant. And I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, I considered it because I wanted it that bad, but I like stopped myself because I was just like, no, like, no. This plant, I can't believe that I am saying this, but I got this in a trade. I traded for this plant and I am absolutely in love with it. It is so beautiful. This is my absolutely amazing light of my life. This is my black band Maranta. Like, it's so stinking beautiful. Like, how ridiculously gorgeous is this? And this is not like a small plant at all. I'm completely dumbstruck by how much I love this plant. Like, how beautiful this is. Like, it looks like feathers. Like, it looks like a feather or like a part of a feather from like a really fancy like pheasant or something. It's incredible. Like, I just can't even believe that this plant is in my possession so far. So I've had it like, I want to say I've had this like a week or so, maybe a week, 2 weeks now. And I just left it in water when I first got it. It seemed to like that. I've had it in my tabletop greenhouse. It seems to really like that. And I put it in pond and I've got it in self-watering. I learned my lesson with my Maranta silver band that you do not let them dry out. So this plant, this plant is gonna get as much star treatment as I can possibly muster, because like if anything happens to this plant, I'm gonna just be so devastated. But like, oh, it's so black. It's so black. And then like the middle is like so blue and silver. You guys, I love this. I die for this. And this isn't even the #1 plant on the list. I can't even believe this. Thank you so much, Rachel, for trading this to me. Like, I love this plant so much. It's it's like up there with my favorites. Like a couple, like, it's hard to choose plant favorites, but this one's definitely up there. So black band Maranta, like a real unicorn come to life. I'm just like so happy. Apparently these are actually a little bit finicky. I don't know that I'm gonna ever plan on trying to keep it in open air. Like, I might put it in the cabinet eventually. Like, it's pushing a new leaf out over here, and it's pushing a new leaf out over here. And when I potted it up, I noticed that there's 2 plants in here. And then I noticed that there was like another offshoot trying to push up, and then there was another like bulb. So, I mean, this like might be like a giant bush soon. Thank you so much again. Like, you've made my dreams come true. Like, this was definitely a plant I thought I'd probably never have. And now it's mine. So, all right, so I guess I should probably just show you guys the last plant now. So this is another one that I got in a trade. It's very cool. It's a very cool plant. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you. This is a variegated Micans. This plant is very, very cool. Maybe just in case there's people out there that like don't really know. Variegated Micans is like a plant right now. It's kind of going around. It's like a unicorn, and everybody's like really keen on it. But there's a couple different types. There's like the kind of splotchy one, which is kind of the more coveted one. And then there's another kind that's the Micans Velvet Halo, which that's what this was supposed to be when like I talked to when we were like doing the trade. It's the variegated Micans Velvet Halo, and it's like beautiful. Like, it's got the Albo marginata thing going on there. But as you can see, like, the other leaves don't look like that. This one is like, it's a tricolor. And like this leaf right here really is thinking about wanting to be a Philodendron Rio, but a Micans. So it's really, really, really cool. And I can't believe I traded for this. I'm really excited to see how the plant continues to grow. I've had it in like a little humidity dome, so I've got like a lot of aerials, which I should probably like maybe try and put this into like a little bit bigger container so that the aerial roots will root into the moss. But this is really cool. And I spent a whole bunch of time like scrolling through like the variegated Micans tag on Instagram, trying to find if there were any out there that looked like these leaves that kind of look like a silver stripe cream splash kind of Philodendron Rio variegation pattern. I didn't really see any that looked quite like it. So it's kind of cool. Like, I mean, maybe other people do have like similar ones and they're just not posting them online, which is like totally possible. But I mean, so far, like, I think this is like a pretty special plant. So I'm really happy, but we'll see. I mean, the variegation pattern might not persist. But I feel like maybe there's a good chance it could, just because like so many of those Philodendron heteroraceum, like the Brazil, the cream splash, the silver stripe, the Rio, they have this kind of like chaotic variegation pattern like up the middle. So I don't know, like there's, I think, potential for there to be like a stable situation here. So variegated Micans is like kinda borderline unicorn right now still. Not the Velvet Halo. Like the Velvet Halo I think is like less prestigious. I see a lot of posts like ISO variegated Micans, not Velvet Halo, which is, I don't know. I mean, like, I guess it's just to each their own, but yeah, this is like, that's an incredible leaf. And if I could get more that looked like that and this one, that would be cool. So that's my little plant haul. I feel like I got some incredible plants. I need to get rid of some plants because I don't really have enough room for all these plants. I'm super happy with all of my recent acquisitions, and so this might be the last plant haul for a while. I think I have a couple other trades lined up, and I have some plants that my friend has that are mine that she needs to send me. So eventually there'll probably be a plant haul for that, but like I'm not buying a lot of plants right now, but oh my god. So cool. Really, really cool. All right. Well, that is going to do it for me for today. I guess like maybe people don't realize that I post, like I usually try to post once a week on Fridays, and sometimes also Tuesdays. So keep an eye out. Also, if I am meeting you today for the first time, think about subscribing. It's free. And I think we have a lot of fun here. We have a good group. So I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.